Scenes.
Scenes, man. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Scenes podcast. My name is Ewan.
I am Graham.
And this is, well, it's a new podcast, obviously. It is a gripping addition to the current podcast landscape. It is two white men
Yes.
talking about
Media.
movies,
Things we love.
television, maybe some games every now and then.
Yeah.
There's no potential, there's an untapped zone, you know, no one else has got this. But I think we've got an interesting perspective.
I would say so.
What have we got? What's interesting about us, Graham?
Well, being two white Scottish men.
We're Scottish, and no one ever asks a Scottish person their opinion on anything.
Exactly. I think we've got some pretty good opinions on Scots.
I think for Scottish people, yeah.
Maybe. We'll find out, I guess.
I think so, yeah. This was sort of been in the works for a wee bit, but it's also like a social experiment, pretty much.
A little bit, yeah.
We always talk, me and Graham are best friends in the real world. Fictional best friends. We're best friends in the real world, and we sort of we talk all the time about
These kind of things you'll hear about.
Exactly, like just when we're getting food or like when we're at work or anything like that.
Yeah.
And we just figured like we might as well just record it.
Yeah, because it goes on for a bit sometimes, and it sounds a bit like a podcast, really.
Yeah, and you know, something that I was thinking was like, it's a COVID situation where like over COVID everyone just had a podcast. And I thought, why don't we get a podcast as well?
We could do it.
And whether someone listens or not, you know what I mean? We're going to talk about this stuff regardless.
Exactly. So
Pretty much.
Why not just fire it up there and see what happens?
Exactly. What this first episode is going to be about is literally just sort of an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Before we get in it, disclaimer.
Yes, big disclaimer.
Like, these opinions obviously are just our own, for fun, no drama.
No dramas.
We'll try no drama.
Yeah.
Hashtag cancelled.
But if you did want to like shout at us somewhere, there is a place you might be able to do that.
There is. We do have social medias. You're looking at Scenescast on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes.
I didn't forget.
Yes.
So
Can't forget the gram.
we'll be getting them up pretty much. Mostly the Twitter, I think, will be the easiest way to get in contact with
I
us.
think so, yeah.
If you care to get in contact with us.
Yeah.
It's going to be me that's run. I don't know why you'd be on Twitter, quite frankly. It's me that's going to be running that, and Twitter's a hellscape, so you know how it is. But yeah, I mean, that's literally it.
Okay.
So, we have the small icebreaker.
Nice.
This is just the tiny one to get us involved.
Nice quick one.
And that is, Graham.
Yes.
Graham.
Yes, Ewan.
What is your favourite film?
My favourite film, well, it might come as a surprise to you, but my favourite film is
I don't even know this about him.
Guillermo del Toro's masterpiece, The Shape of Water.
It actually is.
It actually just is.
The man talks about this on the daily.
It's not just a woman having sex with a fish god, right? It's so much more than that.
There's so much more,
It
guys.
is so much more than that. It's a beautiful film. It is Guillermo's best work I know.
Well, like, what exactly though is standing out here?
What's standing out?
Aye.
The story, everything about it really, if that's an answer I can give you.
But yeah, I mean, it's like a crappy like mid-answer. It's just very good. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, you know, ultimately it is.
It is, yeah.
When you enjoy something that much, it really is. Because I'm going to tell you my answer is going to be literally like, it's just very good in every way.
I know. I think I know your answer. Yeah, it's great. It's kind of what I guess Guillermo talks about in all his interviews before. He wanted to give the monster a win, and he finally done it.
Yeah, I will say I've not seen it, unfortunately. He talks about it all the time, and we go through movies together, and one day we will sit down and watch it, but there's that much to watch that it's always hard to find time.
Yeah.
But like, I would say, from what I've seen of it, it does look like a really interesting one, a really fantastic one. Sally Hawkins in it.
Yep, Sally Hawkins.
Sally Hawkins I don't see in enough.
Well, yeah.
So if she obviously demolishes it, she demolishes it.
She does smash it out of the park.
Can I ask as well, is the guy in the suit Doug Jones?
In the fish suit.
Aye, that's the
Doug
fish man.
Jones, yeah.
Because I love Doug Jones.
He's really good. It's probably one of his best performances.
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen him in so many things, obviously, as like FX. He was also, he had like a bit part on, I think it was CW's The Flash, and it was amazing because it was a bit like when Andy Serkis shows up in like Andor or something, where it's like, oh, he's a real person.
That's Andy Serkis.
And you look at him and, oh, that's the guy that's usually like the fish man fishing in water or all that. So I really do like it for that. No, I can understand that as your answer. Because you do talk about it a lot. And you're big into... I'd say out of the both of us, you're the one who's going to give more auteur answers.
I would think so. It's simply because I've seen more though.
Yes.
I don't think it's because I just like it more. I think you would probably like some of them that I've seen.
Well, already when I've started expanding it, there's so many things that we've just watched, I really like that, and it's something that I would never have considered prior. Because it's interesting because I've obviously got a film and TV degree.
Yeah.
But what that degree taught me was almost the opposite of what you would think.
I hate movies.
But I hate movies, yeah. I hate talking about certain things. And I came out of it like...
But you'll never be able to watch Tarkovsky again.
I couldn't watch Tarkovsky at the time, I'm going to be honest with you. Well, that's the thing. So I'm not really big into like mere thought-provoking movies in the sense of like...
art house films.
I prefer things that makes... House films, absolutely not. Let's get this on the record now. Horror movies, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's not happening for you.
He doesn't do scary movies.
Yeah.
What it is I don't... unless I can understand it, I don't like it. And... I suppose we've had movies that are a bit more out there that I've understood, that I've liked.
Right.
Mirror by Tarkovsky, no. Like, no, absolutely not. I did not enjoy that. What the degree taught me was movies are just, like, or media in general, because it was film and TV.
Yeah.
Media is a lot more worthwhile than you think it is, even the worst parts.
Yes.
So, while some people would come out and be like, oh, you know, I did film studies, and I really like... fucking, you know, like auteur directors.
Yeah,
Who's the one I'm thinking of? Who's the one that did Seventh Seal?
Bergman.
So people are like, you know, we did studies on it, you know, like Bergman and all that, and I really like this and what this says. I don't care, right? Initially, I was like, I didn't care back then, but it was more because I was ignorant and I didn't really watch more than like, you know, like Marvel movies, and Star Wars, and like
all those
puff
people
pieces.
that you hated in your class loved it.
Yeah, all those people, like, they were like, you know, I always go over the fact that when I did my icebreaker at Film and TV, like the first seminar, they were doing like, who's your favourite actor?
Yeah.
And who's your favourite movie in that? And I was like, I don't know, like, I can't even remember what I said now, but I always remember this girl sitting diagonal from me who said Humphrey Bogart.
Oh.
And she's like, I really loved him in Casablanca. And I'm like, you are not older than me. Would you there's no way. And now, looking back in hindsight, she probably did.
Yeah.
She probably was.
Humphrey Bogart's probably great in Casablanca.
Have you not seen Casablanca?
I've not seen Casablanca.
There we go, guys. That's the...
Or Titanic.
We've talked about this at work. I don't know if I've seen Titanic all the way through.
Nah.
We're terrible at cinema.
We suck.
The point is, like, I understand her now.
Yeah.
These days I'm a lot more nuanced, and it's also at the end of that all, not only am I more nuanced, but it's weirdly enough I care more about the little things, but I also don't care about the bigger things.
Right.
So I don't have cinematic value. I always get annoyed when people talk about the value of certain things. It's
Right.
the whole Martin Scorsese MCU thing. I'm not going to go on about it because I'll also get roasted for it. But like, I do believe that like it's unfair to just inherently treat one thing as less valuable than the other. I think every single thing has value. Bad things have value. Good things have value.
Yeah.
I did cult film and TV. That was one of my courses in my last year, and that was literally like,
People just like these things.
you know, here's like like trash, god awful films.
Yeah.
But they're great. They're great in their own way.
Yeah.
So I love everything. I really do.
Yeah, I kind of with you. I find it hard to hate or dislike something to that level.
So it's, you know, that's sort of coloured my view going forward. I can't really remember why exactly we started talking about that, but
That's okay.
it's good to know. I want you guys to know, so that's important to know about me at least. You should say quickly as well, before we get to my favourite film. So I've done film and TV analysis. You,
Yes.
acting.
I did acting and performance.
This guy is trained. He is
To an
classic.
extent, you would say. I did pick up a nice Oscar win for most improved actor.
That's pretty amazing. You got to give him some credit there.
Some would say that's great.
I went
think
to
that
see him
was
at
great.
his review, and I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you.
Honest to God.
Thank you. It was a sketchy Irish accent, I will admit.
Yeah, but it wasn't the worst in the world, though.
It certainly wasn't the worst there.
It certainly wasn't the Banshees of Inisherin.
Yes, probably not. Haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I really watched that. That looks so good.
But yeah, done acting and performance to HNC, which is basically like a higher.
Yep.
So not at the best level, but I kind of know what
You're still trained. You know, I don't want to like flaunt it, but so mine's is I have a master's. Well, no, okay. I have a Master of Arts, which some people say isn't a master's, some people say the point is I have a graduate degree
Yes.
in film and TV studies and history, but no one will care about that in
Yeah.
this one. Unless I drop like the hardcore, like, here's like a fact about the development of the nuclear bombs. You know, people,
Man, Oppenheimer is coming, bro.
oh, the Oppenheimer episode. I am going to pop off,
Oh
bro.
my god, it's going to be crazy.
We need to do some study about Barbie, because it will be the joint Barbie Oppenheimer episode.
Side note, did you hear fucking Helen Mirren's in Barbie?
What?
Helen Mirren, there's someone else, but they're in it as like themselves.
Dame Helen. Oh, because she did the narration for the trailer.
Is it?
It is.
Oh shit, right, okay.
It is Dame Helen Mirren.
Right, well there you go. As Helen Mirren.
I was going to
Mirren,
she's just in the movie as
in the
the Helen Mirren. Do you know what other movie Helen Mirren's in? Shazam 2.
Fury of the Gods. Very excited for this film.
Yeah, someone is, and that's good. Anyway, yeah, so that's just, you know, it's good to know that we have a veneer of knowing what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
we have some sort of knowledge that would lead us to believe we know what we're talking about.
But I don't hold that over other people. You don't need to have anything. I just mean more that like I want you to know that we have an air, we feel confident.
Yeah. It might be, we might have something, an opinion that would be influenced by us knowing all that stuff. Maybe that would maybe lead to that.
I would say that, and you know, I think, because I'm going to draw from stuff I know, but you would think I'm well read, but I can't remember a single thing I actually read. I can probably pull up series. I remember we watched Rear Window and we talked about like gays and that, and I can maybe like I could pull up stuff, but it's more just that like we're doing this because we don't feel like we're talking at our arse. Although to be honest, I think we still would do it if we did. Yeah,
definitely.
Like we didn't have that, but it's important to know.
Would,
I'll get then to my favourite movie.
Yeah, sure, and tell us.
Which I do think goes up and down on the daily, but I mean, you were there when we watched it, so
yes,
like.
And
I don't know if this is the normie answer, but my favourite movie of all time is The Daniels, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
A solid pick.
It is such a sublime cinematic experience.
I cannot fault it. It was a great film.
I don't know, man. Like, you were there, we watched it together, we came out the cinema and I said, look, Graham, it wasn't even that. It was literally like, did you ask me how we thought, or did I just come out and say, I think I just came out and said, we're walking out and I went, I think that is probably the single best thing I've ever seen.
And I couldn't really knock it because it is that
it might not be his favourite, but like you know what you're watching, you know when you've watched an experience here, and that was an effing experience.
It was a fantastic film, yes.
I just think it really did fire off on every cylinder humanly imaginable. I mean, every performance was fantastic.
Yep.
You know, like the score, the visuals. A lot of people talk about how it depicts the multiverse, especially comparing it to Marvel films. Again, I don't think we need to really compare it, but it still is
because it's just kind of recent.
Plus, it's interesting, to be fair. Like, every depiction of multiverse is literally just go to another world.
Yeah.
This one is really like fascinating in how it like picks and chooses how it works.
Yeah.
The rules where they have to like do something to make themselves shift into another multiverse person was brilliant. And then obviously the story weirdly got to me. I don't know what it was.
I love the breaks, the chapter breaks.
The chapter breaks, every sort of aspect of like the different, every character having their own sort of relation to what's going on, and like, you know, like Michelle Yeoh, who's obviously the central character, and she has like her relationship to her daughter, to her husband, to like her father, and like how they bring it together in meaningful like resolutions as well.
Yes.
Every moment where they sit down, they're like, this is like, I mean, I'm not saying they 100% resolve it, but they have like very clear, distinct conversations, and those emotional moments.
Yeah.
Like, especially the bit, you know, towards the end where she's with like the main universe version of her daughter, and she's like, oh, you know, like this is where I want to be. Like, why would I be anywhere else? Because I just want to be here with you. And it's like, even in the trailers, you're like, oh, that's a nice movie. But see, once you've had the entire movie of context, it's just like, oh.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It is like chef's kiss.
It's
that good.
just so good. And then even like the visuals, I went on record, I'm trying to get a tattoo of one of the rocks, like, of like the rock, Evelyn's rock with the googly eyes and there are no rules. Like that stuff like that. Yeah. The visual construction, the visual language used for a lot of things, and the ideas that come out of nowhere. Like this is the rock when there's rocks. This is the bit where they do a ratatouille. You
this is the Wong Kar-wai in the mood for love.
You hit the ceiling at the Wong Kar-wai bit, and I've not really watched a lot of Wong Kar-wai yet, but Graham is big on it.
It was a great scene.
And I knew it. I still have known enough to know it, and I'm like, oh my god, he's doing Wong Kar-wai. Graham's going to be all over the moon for this, and it was so beautiful. I mean, every single time I go on Facebook, one of like the cinema page and that, they're always posting the bit. You know, where it's both of them, where he's like, oh, I just want, I don't know, life, I really would have liked doing London taxis, because it is just so sublime.
It's great, it's so good.
I really, like I said earlier, I'm going to hit you with the same, it just was all really good.
Yeah.
I came out of that.
Maybe get deeper in later, but it was great.
Yeah, I mean, we'll circle back around to it. Like, but no, I don't know. I've never came out of the cinema more
happy.
Like, I pretty much the only other time, funny enough, every time I can remember coming out of the cinema, because we'll probably talk about this maybe later or maybe at a later date, but the past few years have been really good for cinema.
Yeah.
My best cinema experiences have happened in the past few years.
Right.
Like Everything Everywhere, Matt Reeves' The Batman. That's like, we went to see that a second time just because we're like, we're out and we're having a great day. Do you know what would just make our day better? Watching that movie again.
Just watching The Batman. And it did, honestly.
The Suicide Squad as well, James Gunn's Suicide Squad came out of that just beaming. It was a fantastic film. Just a lot of things have came up more and more. I need to refer to my list because I have a list on my personal Twitter, which I doubt I'll let you people see because it's a nightmare. my personal Twitter. But of just everything I sort of watched, sort of the ups and downs, even the bad stuff. But again, like, bad is still worthwhile watching.
Yeah.
Unless it's Netflix's Blonde. Do not watch Netflix's Blonde.
It's just sad.
It's sad, but it's sad in a gross, exploitive way. Anna de Armas is very good in that film.
She's giving it all.
It's just a horrible film. It's just miserable. If you want to watch a miserable film, but that has a point, watch The Whale.
Yes, watch The Whale.
Watch Dan Aronofsky's The Whale. Seems to have a concept of a point, and it makes you feel an emotion and an understandable thing. Blonde's just, man, guess it sucked to be Marilyn Monroe, you know what I mean?
It kind of did, yeah. Sorry for her.
Sorry for Marilyn Monroe. There's much better depictions of Marilyn Monroe as well. It's very lopsided.
Yeah.
It came with a bias, but I don't know if you knew that was based. I think we talked about it on the way out. It was based on a book that was already known to be like a biased opinion.
Right.
So it's like they've literally cherry picked like a terrible opinion of Marilyn Monroe. But that's not what this episode is.
No.
So
This is not the Blonde one.
We'll circle that. I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a fun episode on like just like stuff we didn't like.
Right.
You know, let's
happy
challenge
with
ourselves.
And that's where we'll cut it for this one, guys. We may have overshot it on our first episode. It's ended up with about 4 hours worth of footage.
That's a lot of us talking shite.
Yeah.
Which is just how it is. But I think that's the appeal.
I guess so, yeah.
If you enjoyed the first episode, if you like what you're hearing so far, we're happy that you stuck around, you got to know us a bit.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ScenesCast.
Yep.
You can try and hunt down private Twitters.
You may be lucky.
You may be lucky, please do not. Mine is a hellscape. We just send each other memes, really.
Honestly, yeah, that's what it's for mostly.
I just post like egregious political commentary and then we chuck each other an X-Men meme or something.
Exactly. I mean, that's just the kind of vibe we're aiming for, though.
I think that's the vibes. Don't go looking for it though.
Yeah, please don't.
Because they're awful.
But the scenes one, find that.
The
You'll
Scenes
enjoy
one
that.
joins us on Scenes Cast. We'll be updating there as much as we can. Scenes Cast on Instagram. And yeah, thank you very much for listening. Thank you for sticking around.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Fingers crossed.
Kisses.
Scenes is a fan-created podcast. We have no affiliation with any of the brand studios or properties mentioned. All views are our own.
Produced and edited by my partner, Rebecca. Music is provided by Epidemic Sound, and the cover artwork was commissioned by Rhiannon Kagoe on Twitter or Instagram. Okay, nice one.